y otra cosita y arriba y arriba. Ay, arriba y arriba y arriba y de yo no soy marinero. Yo no soy.
We have someone here we have people here from the Andes, we have people from Honduras, from El Salvador, on and on. So this is, our Latino culture is very diverse. It's indigenous, it's part European, it's many, many things. And this opens up a big conversation. But the main thing is that we're all united here under one thing, which is basically we want you to know that we're here, we're not going anywhere, and that we need your support. We're not going anywhere, we need your support. We're here because we want to open up a dialogue, we want to open up a conversation, and we need your resources and your support and your solidarity, because we want to fight for our right to be here. We don't want to be erased, and that's what we're doing here, because we want to work with you, you want us to work with us, and we want to be part of this immigration rights movement as well. Because we're not just lawyers, clients, we're not just the cases of social workers, we are your neighbors, we go to church with you, we see you at the store, we take care of people's children, we're caretakers, we're mothers. The people of Latinos En Axion, we're activists, but we are also mothers and daughters. We are teachers, we are students. We have a lot of students here from SLU and Webster and WashU. So we're students and teachers and mothers and fathers. This is who we are. These are the people that we are. So we're more than just clients, legal clients, or social cases, or we're more than just a cause. We are human beings. We have a few speakers who are going to speak from our community.
And people came to meet in a very brief period of time. They have about an hour each day to gather on each side of the wall. The wall is almost opaque. There are very small holes that you can peek through to see to the other side. And there were a large group of women, mothers on the other side, that were on megaphones talking to their children that they had to leave behind on this side of the border. There were people that were offering Eucharist at that church on that Sunday. And I've been a lapsed Catholic for many, many years, and that is the first time I've taken Eucharist in over a decade, because that is what church is. That is what we are here on earth to do, is to make sure that families are together, that the trauma of a mother crying on one side of the border, separated from her young children, never happens. And that if we truly believe we are a nation under God, if we believe we are a nation of justice, we must tear down that wall. Our families. It's about our livelihood, it's about our existence. No one is illegal. No one should ever be illegal. Our cultures are indigenous to this land. We belong here. And thank you very much for supporting these very vulnerable communities. We must stand together. We must offer sanctuary. We must be the people that stand up and are on the front lines when they are in danger. So thank you again to Latinos En Axion. It's very, very hard to really take in all that's happening in the
fights that we've actually had in Ferguson and St. Louis City, fights that you know well against criminalization, fights that you know well against police profiling, police abuse, against people being relegated to both poverty and suffering in our communities, to being marginalized in the places that you were born and that you lived. And even in the upswing of all this, what happened in November, in many ways it takes our breath away, because when we see our movements on the rise, we often discount the power of repression and the way that actually shows. For us, I want us to enter this space very clearly and understand what happened in that space. Like the last few years, we've been fighting, not Republicans, we've been fighting Democratic folk here. We've been fighting people who claim to have our values here. In this fight, they lost. Neoliberalism lost to neo-fascism. Let's be very clear about that. And these are people who literally live together and who've actually oppressed us together. But in this
I am from Mexico. I came to the United States when I was 13 years old. So I went through the struggle of not speaking English and being embarrassed in the classroom because I couldn't speak the language. I remember standing at the door because I was being sent to another class to learn English, and the kids would make fun of me because I couldn't say girl. I said girl. And they would make fun of me. But that didn't stop me. I continued going to school, and soon I learned to understand, maybe not to speak. As of today, you can still hear my accent, which I am very proud of. And I just want to tell all immigrants in here, because I believe we are all immigrants. You can tell, look at me.
Del grupo Latinos En Axion. Voy a contar un poco de mi historia. Mi historia comienza cuando en el 2004 inicio un caminar hacia este país. Durante mi camino, pues, tanto...
Leadership organization. And I met her, I think it was 2 weeks ago. We went to campus, we sat down, and Marisa blew me away because she told me some really amazing stories. She's already kicking ass. She's only a freshman. Last semester was her first semester, and she just came and just like started kicking ass and representing for our community right off the bat. And so I want to present to you Marisa, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she's been up to and a little bit about herself and her story. Thank you so much.
I am from Dallas, Texas. I am the daughter of 2 immigrant parents, and this is my story. I am angry, I am hurt, I am Latina. I will make a difference. My first year at St. Louis University has been a difficult but enlightening one. During my time spent on campus, I have encountered a number of racist incidents, all which have had an everlasting toll on my view of the outside world. When they ask where I am from, they are really asking, why are you here? When they ask if I am illegal, they are making an assumption based on the color of my skin. When they say, you are not from the United States, they make me feel unwelcome. These remarks attack the parts of myself I cannot change. They sent me into what the doctor called reactive depression. I know that the color of my skin makes me stand out in the sea of white. I know that my culture and traditions are different than yours. But I also know that the color of my skin does not define who I am or where I will go. The color of my skin does not change the amount of respect and dignity I deserve from the world around me. I am done being sad, I am done being ashamed. In this anger and shame, I have found strength. To the people who have questioned my identity, I say, educate yourself. Ignorance is not an excuse for your racist remarks. The world is full of resources, most of which are free. Learn about all the beautiful people that fill the world that surrounds you. Learn how to accept and not to question the people around you. To you, Dr. Costello, I say, do not promote diversity and inclusion on campus if you're not willing to provide a campus where all races, identities, and faiths feel comfortable. By not speaking out against words and actions of hate on campus, you are choosing a side. The side that encourages sexism, racism, ableism, and discriminates against different faiths. I know this world is filled with hate, but I am asking you to choose. Choose people over money. Choose love and inclusion. To you, Donald Trump, I say, this country was built off the back of immigrants. Without immigrants, this country would be nothing. A diversity of race, faith, and identity is what makes America great. We are all human. We all deserve love, respect, and dignity. The remarks you have made about our community have left unhealable wounds. The wall you want to construct will not keep us out. It will only make us stronger. We are here to stay, and we are a force to be reckoned with. To everyone that has been affected, your differences are a gift. Embrace them. In them, find beauty, courage, and strength. You are not alone. I am with you. Donald Trump thinks he has broken us, but he has merely united us. The road to justice is long and uncertain, but in it we have each other. I am certain of one thing. that the power of the people is stronger and more resilient than the systems that try to contain us. Change is coming. Now I'm going to sing
which in the Quechua language translates to band of brothers.
Unaron los guainos en su encanto.
Esa sensación y ese sentimiento de aislamiento es algo que ellos los hacen a nosotros sentirnos, pero que no es necesario y no es una realidad realmente. Eso es parte de la opresión también. Otra cosa que dijo, una de las cosas muy importantes que para mí, que me recuerdo mucho de lo que dijo, es de que nosotros no les debemos nada a esta gente, a este edificio no le debemos nada. O sea, aquí estamos todos porque este sistema ha esclavizado a los nativos americanos de este país, a la gente afroamericana, a la gente latina. Aquí todos nosotros estamos, gracias al labor y a las lágrimas y a la sangre de otras personas que vinieron antes de nosotros, ¿verdad? Y han pagado un precio muy, muy alto. Y que ahorita pues es un tiempo de unirnos. Eso es otra cosa que dijo ella, y que no es necesario que cada quien agarre sus propios, que se arraigue en sus propios grupos, ¿verdad? Ella aquí está prestando solidaridad con nosotros. Eso es otra cosa que dijo. Una cosa que sí quiero decir, que es muy importante, de que no existen las canciones de esclavos, ¿verdad? Slave songs do not exist. Right? It's only songs of liberation. That's what exists, right? Songs of liberation. People have been enslaved by powers and greed, but the art that comes out of that pain is an art of liberation. None of us are slaves, right? I just wanted to say that because that's very important to remember, that we are free people. We are free people, somos personas libres, no somos esclavos, ¿verdad? Bueno, quiero ahorita introducir, she was with us the whole time, supporting us. Ella siempre los ha apoyado, Courthouse, a la comunidad inmigrante latina, siempre ha estado envuelta con nosotros. Muchas gracias y les quiero que le den big applause